This is the origin of the BLACKHAWKs. When Hitler's hordes poured into defenseless Poland on September 1st, 1939, a young American called BLACKHAWK by his companions was a voluntary flyer in the Polish Air Force. His sidekick in the same squadron was a brilliant young student from the University of Warsaw named Stanislaus. The small but valiant Polish army was soon defeated, and BLACKHAWK attempted an escape to Russia. Much to his surprise, he found the Reds were moving to eastern Poland, so BLACKHAWK sought refuge in England. While attempting to join the RAF, BLACKHAWK met Chuck, another American, who was also volunteering his services. Soon, they were joined by Hendrickson, who had recently escaped from a Nazi concentration camp. Olaf, who, although a Swede, had fought for Finland during the first Red invasion, and André, the valiant Frenchman. One evening they were seated in their quarters outside of London when in stepped Stanislaus. BLACKHAWK leaped to his feet to greet his old comrade in arms and joyfully introduced him to Chuck, André, Olaf, and Hendrickson. Month after month, the 6 flyers waited to enlist in the RAF. Because none of them were British subjects, they were held up by miles of red tape. Finally, BLACKHAWK said, "Fellows, we have waited for 6 months and don't seem to be any closer to getting in the RAF than we did when we all arrived in England. I say let's strike out on our own." Chuck, André, Olaf, Hendrickson, and Stanislaus enthusiastically voiced their approval. And then Chuck shouted, "Let's take our name from our leader and be known as the BLACKHAWKs." The 6 valiant warriors pooled their resources and bought 6 planes in a neutral country. Here they were joined by Chop Chop, who had fled from China when the Japanese overpowered the Nationalist Army. At first, Chop Chop only acted as the cook, but he finally prevailed on BLACKHAWK to permit him to ride in his plane on dangerous missions. Today, Chop Chop is a first-class pilot and a full member of the BLACKHAWK team. Originally, the BLACKHAWK base of operations was a small island in the Atlantic Ocean. After fighting long and hard to help bring about the defeat of Hitler, the BLACKHAWK set up their base in the Pacific to help in the battle against the Japs. This is the present BLACKHAWK Island, which has been their headquarters and home for over 6 years. At the end of the Japanese War, the BLACKHAWKs' thoughts were on their homelands. However, BLACKHAWK urged them to stay as a fighting team, saying, "Freedom for many people is a long way off. As long as there are men who wish to be tyrants, our job isn't finished. If we have helped bring peace and freedom to the world, we can't quit when our task is only half done. Let's finish our job." The gang saw the wisdom of his words and decided to continue to fight oppression. And this is the origin of the Blackhawks.